Hello students, welcome to my English class. Today for class 8 we will be seeing a poem titled Imagination. Okay, it has been written by George Bernard Shaw. First we will see something about the poet. So this is George Bernard Shaw. See, he was born in 1856 and he died in the year 1950. He was an Irish playwright. Playwright means a person who writes play or drama. Although his first profitable writing was music and literary criticism, in which capacity he wrote many highly articulate pieces of journalism. But his main talent was for drama, and he wrote more than 60 plays. Nearly all his writings deal sternly with prevailing social problems. So he mostly deals with social problems which prevail. Prevail means which are continuing to happen in the society. So most of his works are dramas or plays, but he has written some poems also. So here we will be seeing one of his poems titled Imagination. Have you all read books other than your school books? If you have read, most of them will be adventurous books, right? Or they would be fairy tales, something imaginary. So what happens if you read books? Does it stimulate your imagination, or do you yourself drift off into an imaginary world or a dream world? It happens, right? Because when you read a book, it carries you to a different world altogether. Okay, the same thing happened to George Bernard Shaw when he was a young boy. Even his imagination was running wild. Whenever he read a book, whatever was in that book, whatever story, whatever incidents, he would become a part of it. He would become a part of that book. He would become a part of that character also. Okay, so we'll see what are the books he read and where all he went in his imaginary world. I used to play at pirates and sailed the 7 seas. Then I was a cowboy. These simple things did me please. See, this is a pirate. So who is a pirate? A pirate is a thief actually. So what do pirates do? They go in a ship or a boat. They capture other ship which are carrying goods or cargo and they steal it from them. Okay, that is the job of a pirate. He is a thief on the seas. So I used to play the pirate. So if you read any stories involving pirates, the poet himself became a pirate in his imaginary world, and he also sailed the 7 seas. See, this is another picture of a pirate. Then I was a cowboy. In the next story, he became a cowboy because he would have read something about a cowboy. Who is a cowboy? You know, especially in a place called Texas in America, there are ranches. So many cowboys are found in Texas, but they are found all over the world. What do cowboys do? They ride on horses and they take care of cattle, cows. Okay, so they have huge number of cattle. So how they can't walk, so they use horses, and they usually stay in a ranch. Okay, see here, this is how they are dressed. They have this typical cowboy hats. See, look at their boots with all these sharp things, and this also is a part of their costume, this leather strap which they wear around their legs. Okay, so this is a typical cowboy this is a dress which they wear. So he became a cowboy when he read something about them. I had a vivid imagination. Adventure was always on my mind. I discovered the joys of reading and escaped the daily grind. I had a vivid means very clear, very colorful imagination. Adventure was always on my mind. So in his mind, adventure was always present. I discovered the joys of reading. So when did all this start happening? After he discovered the joy of reading. So slowly he realized that he likes reading. So he enjoyed reading. Then slowly his imagination started increasing and escaped the daily grind. Grind means daily difficulties of life, daily hardships. Grind means something difficult. So to escape that, he would start reading and he would drift off into an imaginary world. See this little boy, he is so engrossed in his reading, right? See, even look at this boy also. So they enjoy reading. Once I lived with the Eskimos in the land of ice and snow, went hunting and fishing. My fantasy was all aglow. Once I lived, so once I would become a pirate, then I would become a cowboy. Once I would become an Eskimo. So who are Eskimos? Have you seen igloos? So in the Arctic region, it is so cold. Okay. So what they do? They wear this animal skins. See how thick their dresses are, because otherwise they would freeze in this very cold temperature. So these houses are made of ice blocks. They make bricks out of ice and they build this igloo which is shaped like a dome, and they live in it. But nowadays many people live in regular houses like we live, and they have heating and other facilities. But in the olden days, these Eskimos would live in this igloo. Okay. Then he would hunt and go fishing with them. See here, this is how, see this is another Eskimo. See here, can you see the thick layer of ice? So they would make a hole here, and see the stick she is holding, and they will leave this fishing line inside, and then they will catch fish. See, this is a very old picture. Again they have made a hole, and this fishing line she put inside. See, here's a fish over here. Can you see the fish? So this is how they fish. So Bernard Shaw also went fishing in his imagination. And see here, they have caught I think it is a shark, again from under this huge bed of ice. So they hunt and fish, and along with them goes George Bernard Shaw. And my fantasy, that means my imagination, my dream was aglow. Aglow means it was bright, it was fresh. I read a book of Jules Verne and went off to the moon. It was just to take a look, then it was time to return. So this Jules Verne, see, this is Jules Verne. He is a French writer. He writes very adventurous, hard to even imagine adventures. So in one of his books, he has written Adventure to the Moon and Back. Okay. He has also written another book titled Journey to the Center of the Earth. Okay. So here, after George Bernard Shaw read this book, he also went to the moon. Then after he just took a look around, then he came back to Earth again. I spent time in the forests of Africa with Dr. Livingstone as my guide. Then off again to America. With Huckleberry Finn I did hide. So there are two people here. One is Dr. Livingstone, another one is Huckleberry Finn. How many of you have heard of Huckleberry Finn? Sir, he is also another character in the book of Mark Twain. Okay, so this is Dr. Livingstone. So he was one of the first people to go to Africa. He was an explorer, he was a missionary. So he helped a lot of African people, and he explored that place. Okay, because Africa, as you know, is a dark continent. Many people didn't know what existed in that continent. They didn't know the roots, they didn't know so many things about it. So Dr. Livingstone was one of the people who explored, who found out the roots, and who did lot of research there. Okay, and so when this poet went on a journey to Africa, he had Dr. Livingstone himself as the guide. Then he went off to America. From Africa he goes to America, because this Huckleberry Finn story is set in America. Okay, of course it is an imaginary story, but it is written as it has happened in America. So this is Huckleberry Finn, this boy over here. So this story is about Huckleberry Finn, who goes away on a journey with, this is one man called Jim. So they ride in the Mississippi River in this boat. They go on a boat adventure. Okay, so he goes along with these two people to Africa and America. In my world of fantasy and imagination, I performed such wonderful deeds. A hero of all the nations, I was the one that did succeed. So in his world, he was always successful. He performed wonderful deeds. Everybody was proud of him. All the nations, all the countries in the world are very proud of him, because he has done so many good things. Did he do it in real life? No, only in his imagination. He is so happy. See how happy, like this, he was so happy because he did a lot of wonderful deeds. Then I grew up, my childish world at an end. Then what happened? All these happened during his childhood, when he was young. So even you all will have so many dreams, right? You will imagine, I would be this, what if I became like this, what if I became like that person, this person. Then what happened to him? As he grew up, all those childish world came to an end. So all those dreams stopped. I had become serious. It nearly drove me around the bend. So now he took life seriously, because all adults around him were serious. So he also became serious in life. I still do look the mysterious. I still do like the mysterious. This is the message I am trying to send. So he says, even though I have become serious in life, I have grown up, my childish dreams have all stopped, but still I do like the mysterious. Still I like all those mysterious things, adventures and all. It is still there. Why? Because it is still in his heart, in his mind. It doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so this is the message I am trying to send. So this is the message he is trying to send us, the readers. He says, whatever dreams you have as a child, keep it, cherish it. Don't destroy it. Okay, so keep it so that it will always be fresh in your mind. It will give you happiness, so that maybe one day you also will not let it end, but do something about it. Okay, so this is the poem, a wonderful poem written by George Bernard Shaw. So we have come to the end of the poem. Hope you all like it. So you also keep your dreams fresh and more imaginative, more adventurous. Okay, see you all. Bye bye.